Hello, everyone. And right off the bat, what are you talking about, girls?
Yeah.
Jag was here
trying to figure it out, but
Jag was here at 6:45, saying game chatting day, and then was here on time. So, and you subscribed for at tier 2 for 8 months. Thank you so much, man. That's.
yes,
I was
thank
just
you.
talking about. It's funny because like the cast viewership that we put in, they aren't even subbed as long as you because we didn't want to steal the founder badges from actual viewers. So technically, Jag, you will be our longest sub as long as you don't let it reprise. Wink. Hey, Sirius. Welcome. Curls.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Shay. Shay will be doodling. Jeremy will be noodling. I could use some noodles right now. I'm gonna make pasta for dinner. That sounds delicious.
Let's not talk about food.
No, just because you engorged yourself.
What you had?
I had steak and potatoes.
So did I.
Alright, that's against TOS, Nick. Can you not seductively eat your meat? Thank you. Curls, so what do you mean you're getting censored?
Yeah, I'm confused about this gift that you would like.
That means Jag gets mercy, right? Wrong. Gets no mercy. He also gets no merch. Love you,
He actually
love you
meant
guys,
merch.
AA and everyone, even Curls. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did say merch.
Yeah.
He gets no mercy, also no merch.
I apologize for my roommates watching Survivor right now.
Why are you apologizing? We didn't even know until you brought it up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're gonna hear their outbursts. I muted myself as I heard them starting to, like, make more noise, and I'm like, mute!
It's cool.
No merchy.
You can-
Exactly,
You
Lindsay.
can totally say it's your parents and you sleep in a race car bed.
Oh, are you gonna get a CV radio so
I
you can speak
wish.
to other race car beds?
That would be amazing.
Maybe some
That-
rims. I'm realizing now that this reference is lost on you, Nick.
It is lost
It
on
is.
me, but it
Yeah.
sounds cool.
Is
I
Nick,
wanna know-
is Nick quiet? I'll turn him up.
It's a good,
I will
good
go
movie.
close. I can go closer.
I also turned him up. Man, Crows was
Race
fucking on it.
Like always.
I thought it was backwards.
Oh, she didn't say I was quiet. She said that I'm quite.
No, Jez.
Oh, sorry, Jezza said that.
No mercy merch. There we go. The sweet diamond next to my handle.
Who
Okay.
gets that excited?
What
for
do you
Survivor?
what do you think the VIP is? It doesn't uncensor you, I don't think. Jag, try to say dicks. I want to see if this censor works.
Hey,
Sorry.
It's already
That's
allowed.
what
Sorry,
already
Nick. I
allowed.
didn't mean for him to have to put your name in chat.
this is my favorite version of Twitch where we're just telling the chat to cuss in chat.
Oh yeah.
Like, forget TOS.
either it's
cuss.
not or
We
I feel
allow
like we've
that.
allowed that one. Yeah.
have we?
We let the dicks fly free here.
Alright, everyone's saying
Was it
dicks in
gonna
the chat now.
mute me saying cowboy? Sorry, cowgirl is what I said.
But we already allowed it, so it's.
Oh,
Say,
so it already.
oh, here's a dirty one.
Oh, that just went right through.
Nice.
If you're a mod, you can say whatever you want.
Am I a
Oh.
mod?
No,
No,
I would never
am.
give you mod powers because you took it away from me in a Discord.
So spiteful.
Things got a little crazy. People were kicking and muting other people, and I was like, I don't feel
None
like
of
doing
which
this
were me.
again.
Whoa.
I don't get why I keep
Or
getting punished.
Me. Yeah.
Should I try to
One
try to
person
see
wins
you
it for
next
everybody.
Tuesday? Word. Sure. Yeah. Say cunt. Whatever I want. Yep, it works. That's true.
No,
It,
no,
it-
that was
it is.
censored.
That one.
It is censored.
Oh, that is censored.
Who
sorry.
timed him out?
Whoa!
Well, now it's going to be permanently blacklisted, so thanks for whoever
Dang
said
it.
no.
That wasn't me.
I think. Oh.
I said
Blacklisted-
allow, so...
Nightbot did it.
No,
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 you
it's
two
okay.
messages were deleted by moderator,
Oh.
so one of you two fucking
it says
said nope.
dread something.
No,
He's not a
Nightbot
mod.
was telling me I was timed out for
Oh.
5 seconds. Reason,
Oh, he's the
blacklisted spam automated by Nightbot.
Whatever. Anyway, so we can hop into today's session, or today's show. We will be talking about Chapter 33, an unknown bond. This session, while very dense in terms of conversation, very little, in terms of how much did happen. So the party did start off talking about quite a lot of different topics, talking about the Goliath, what their purpose is, Cthulhu bringing up how he was believing that Sven's death was his fault, and most of the party agreeing that it was everyone's fault, and it was not just his fault. Get banned on your own show. As well as another hefty portion of it was looking or exploring the Uthranian chapter of the Esoteric Assembly, as well as speaking to Master Velos and procuring new magic items by turning in some that you already had, and getting some fun ones and some, necessary ones as well. And we wrapped. Oh, as well as you guys finally got a map. You guys finally got a map of the Uthranian coast. And did you buy the islands one? I think you bought the one for the islands, yeah.
Yeah, we bought the ones for the.
It wasn't
Solarian
Ecclesias's islands, but it was some islands.
Yeah, it was the Solarian Islands.
Yes, sir.
Yep, so you bought those. Erden got pickpocketed, but he figured it out.
Pirate campaign incoming. Confirmed.
Love you too, Curls. And now you got the diamond. Congrats. You've earned it. Just no merch.
Hey.
And
that's a curse that comes with the diamond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get
Even
the
if
diamond, but
merch,
you get no
can't
merch.
buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you think I don't have a diamond? Because that I have all the merch. So done.
Yeah.
But we finished the session on all of you heading to the High Crest Lodge, and all of you, in a way, falling unconscious and getting another vision of Cade the Smith humming some sort of rhythm. And as you were all ready to write down what he was saying, that's where we ended the session. Well, we ended the session actually thereafter when you woke up in the carriage. That's where we would have ended.
Were we headed to the High Crest Lodge? I thought we decided against that because we're all broke as shit.
I believe that we decided to go back to the Vunner Manor because we could just get drunk there.
I honestly don't remember any of that because you guys were pretty gung-ho to going to High Crest Lodge the entire session.
I don't even know what High Crest Lodge is.
Zio was planning on going to the High Crest Lodge, which means you were all going there.
Yeah, that's so.
We're planning, and then I realized that we spent all of our money.
Zio was gun ho, and then he realized
You guys
his
got money
parents
left.
didn't give him allowance, so he can't go.
Yeah.
I got
No,
receipts.
I don't think we got enough to be
Receipts from your pocket.
drinking.
Yeah, receipts. I bought that $80 fucking folding table.
It's like
I'm
you could have
still
just put
mad
your
about it.
hand in your pocket, been like, "Oh,
80.
there's receipts in my pocket. I'll take that out after stream." But no, middle of stream, just
Yeah, your garbage
Takes
is
out
right
the
there. Why would I
receipt.
wait?
it's funny.
You
No.
throw this out for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just that,
I just like looking through our chat, and then I just see dicks.
I know, right?
69 potato,
whoa, someone swore real big.
and then you got banned.
Yeah.
See, it even says the Arcane Archives used /ad permitted term cunt, and
Yeah,
then
like-
somebody deleted it. I don't know.
AutoMod says, "Hey, your message is being checked by mods has not been set. Mods have allowed your message. Happy chatting." And then below that, message deleted by a moderator. You were timed out for 5 seconds. Reason: blacklisted spam. I'm gonna actually, I'll screenshot this and I'll put it.
It is
in
Eddie or
Discord.
Jay. It is one of the two. They're not confessing. They are the only mods in chat.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't have a
didn't,
chance to click it before he was already banned.
Yeah, same. I feel like that was.
Or
on
it was
me.
Lutz because he's lurking, and that would be something he would do.
That would be
It
something.
would definitely be him.
Let me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Check out Chapter 33 in Unknown Bond to find out what happened. Clearly, the players need to. Links in the description. Links in the doobly-doo. Well, without further ado, we can hop into today's episode. I do want to open it up to all of you. Is there anything that was said in that initial conversation that was not said that you wish you had brought up, or any conversation points that you wish you would have had?
In what conversation?
Yeah, which
The one where you guys were all eating breakfast without. Oh, I remembered. You guys were going to the Fighters Guild. That's where you were going. That's where you were going.
I was going to say, we weren't done. Like, we were headed somewhere.
That's where you're going. I remember now.
I wanted to talk more about Kane.
What'd you want to say?
How
They're
massive
not
his
talking about my
biceps
mentor.
are. How he wants to lick them.
I just wanted to kind of I kind of want to wait for in character though.
Okay.
Because I can bring it back up.
You can.
But
Yeah.
I think I did voice it enough though. But just a little bit of unease with Kane now that, well, from what I heard, and then maybe anyone else's trust in Erden and how they feel about if what he heard is accurate, or they take him at his word or not.
So, I think, since we're speaking metally here, I think that from what I remember of listening to the description of what Kane was saying, it sounded like when he was talking about the party getting in the way, it was more of the way that I interpreted it, at least, was that it's not like Kane can just come up and be like, hey, you want to come do this with me? Let's go. It's going to be well, I want to stick with the party kind of deal. Like, you guys are going to get in the way of a decision being made, rather than there's going to be a fight or some actions taken.
So that's a really interesting way to take it, too.
In the way Erden is thinking of it is, okay, Kane's up to something fucking shady. What the hell is he going to do with Zio now? Because, and for Zio being like, no, he's never really had a master that he knows of, and it's like, whoa. How to interpret?
It flagged filthy.
They already know that Nick's a potty mouth.
I need to go through Nightbot and purge its fucking blacklist.
Yeah.
Zio's too close to the situation to disregard all of his opinions. Wait, wouldn't that also apply to Ecclesias and the Esoteric Assembly?
Yeah, fair.
Also true.
Yeah. I like that argument. Zio's gonna have to make it against you one of these days.
I reject your reality and I substitute your reality that you told me. Meta.
Yep.
Let's not make this about current events. Kidding. Never mind. Bad joke. Let's move on.
Well, I mean, it's normal
fair.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm still like, how many
Par
words
for the
can
course.
I find that
Are
are
you
banned?
meat drunk?
No, I'm gin drunk. Actually, I went to
Oh.
the liquor store and I saw a Japanese gin on the shelf, and I was like, I'm gonna try that. That looks interesting. So I bought it, and that's what I'm drinking right now.
Man,
You're
was
making me wanna
almost
start drinking
90%
again.
of that that story not needed. I
So,
bought
yeah,
a
about the
Japanese
Arcane
gin.
Archives.
This is all the Arcane Archives. We just get to bullshit
Yeah.
about whatever we want.
I think we're transferring to the other AA right now.
That's it. That's it.
I had a
Trying
question
to think of what else.
for
Oh, yeah.
you guys. Well, actually, yeah, I don't mean to pull us off of the current question.
Freeform.
Yeah, there were some things that I kind of wished were talked about. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but I did feel like a lot of that conversation, Zio was very much in the fact of like, we just did something great, guys. Like, we should be celebrating rather than bickering. So
Yeah, that is super true, because everyone was like, okay, we did it, now move on to the next like task at hand. We didn't really have time to take in what we did and how honestly kind of lucky we were for not getting boned.
yeah, things
But-
went a lot better than
It-
I was expecting.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Nick? Anything in that conversation that you wish would have been brought up?
No. I'm actually having a hard time remembering.
Let's revert back
no.
to Jeremy's
Like, I
thing
know
of-
I said important things, and now I'm like, I'm so tired that I'm like having trouble remembering.
The party does celebrate at strange times. It's true. Wow, Jag was not sleeping on that one, and he even proved his extra subscriber base by using the ready mode.
Whoa.
He just put
Yeah.
something in, like he just typed something. Nightbot went, and he was already there with the bahahas. I agree with Zero. Zio is way too close to what's going on. What a block, Jag. I love that Curls and Jag are arguing in this chat.
Hmm.
Is that a normal thing?
In real life,
Aren't they like?
really.
Aren't they like 20 feet from each other? Probably.
probably they're probably 20 feet from each other.
I just want, in my headspace, they're like, I got it. Fuck you, I got it. Just because that's exactly what I would be doing. Hashtag
could have
biggest fan.
Could have happened is that Curls was on Jag's computer. They got him mixed up, and then Curls did it really quickly.
I don't think that would ever happen.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. But
I do want to ask you, what did you all think of this chapter and its stark differences of the Esoteric Assembly?
It seemed busier.
Yeah, it's like going from like public school to private school.
I feel
You
like
get,
that
cooler shit
analogy
at
is going
private
to be
school.
like lost on a lot of people that never went to private school. But
I never went to one. I'm just assuming that there's like couches in every classroom and they get tea delivered to them.
They get tea. They're all English too. Every
Yeah.
private school,
Yeah.
even in America, is English.
Until they graduate, and then they'd become chads.
they become chads.
anyways, the way I would describe like the Solarian one was intimate, or we haven't seen the entire. It's a very small. Like on the outside, it looks smaller, right? So
Yes.
the Solarian one is a lot more intimate, which for me lends more credibility to it. But then when I see a larger establishment, it makes me think that, yeah, I can understand this corporation could, encourage war or bad things because it's profitable to them. But then the very intimate setting of the Solarian Esoteric Assembly doesn't really give off that vibe.
Good point. Why did Jeremy put # hashtag? That makes no sense. At least Eddie did a hashtag freeform. Come on, I'm gonna need you guys all to not be smooth
missed-
brain.
We missed announcements.
You're all being smooth brain. He put hashtag. I said #. Moving on. Are you guys happy or upset with the
Yes.
magic items you got?
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
I
I like
gave
Go
I
ahead.
gave up a magic item and didn't receive one, so I can't really be happy over that.
You got a magic item you weren't using.
Yeah. And none of them. I didn't want any of the ones that were up for offer. So there's that. My question was actually going to be, what was the coolest magic item that we got, do you guys think? And if you were able to like get anything specific, obviously nothing like
A Vorpal
way
sword.
out there. Yeah, nothing like that. But like if you guys could have some sort of like specific magical item, what would you guys want?
I think Tongue Buddies is perfect. I think that's the best.
Yeah, you guys
magical item
still
out there.
are not using that ever.
Yeah.
I know we haven't really needed it.
I mean, you guys
forgot
could
about
have
it.
used it, but yeah, I think you both
Yeah.
keep forgetting about it.
No, it's in the back of my head, but I'm like, I could just talk to him out loud. Like he's never like more than 500 feet away from me,
Except when he
or
is.
I can
less than. I guess
Clearly
it's-
hear Alar because he doesn't know how to shut up.
But yeah, out of the ones that you guys got, what do you think the coolest item was that you got? That's a good question.
I'm not
I think the
remembering
bow.
them all.
You guys
Bow's
got
gonna be
the
awesome.
Cloak of Elvenkind. You got a +1 bow, a rust-colored bag that apparently poops animals. You got bracers of defense,
Yeah,
and I'm missing one,
the
Wasn't
drip
there-
glove.
and the drift globe.
Yeah.
That was one that I
Oh,
remembered.
that's right. I got the drift globe. Bracers of defense are pretty cool. I had no real use for them because it's +2, and that's what using the shield does. So it's like,
Yeah, the way I saw that one, I was like, you could use it and make it so you don't need to use a shield anymore, so you could always be using your weapon two-handed.
yeah, but then it's like, for me, then it lends itself back to going to like a greatsword. But I have this long sword, which yes can be used two-handed, but yeah, anyways. And also like, that would be 16 AC, which is not considering. I think the Goliath has +16 to his hit, so
No, it's not that high.
Well, but
It's high. It's not that high.
yeah.
even
Actually,
as a
I wonder-
barbarian though,
Now I'm forgetting.
when you rage though, you get half damage. So like your AC can be balls. You're still like when
Your
I know
AC
as
could
a-
be
It
balls.
goes quickly. And when you're right next to him and he's
Pretty
not
high.
doing ranged attacks and he's just hitting you, that shit.
That's
that
a
HP goes
barbarian though.
quickly.
You gotta, well, first of all, roll better Constitution. Secondly, I don't know. When I just play barbarian, this is only personally me. I like being up there and just being brutal as hell. So like, but
Yeah.
that's not Alar's character.
Well, no, that's what he is. That's how he fights. But it's just like, in terms of getting hit with stuff, he doesn't really. I mean, was it when the darkness fell over everything and I was down, and it was
Yeah.
like, this is great. This is fantastic. I'm down for like 3 turns. I could have died, and you guys were just like, yeah, Alar's down. It's whatever. I'm like, dudes.
Has everyone in the party been unconscious now? I think so.
June,
June was-
definitely has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cthulhu
I have.
has. Zio has. Alar, I think, was in
Yeah.
the second episode you went down for the first
Oh,
time.
probably. I mean, it's
In the warehouse, I
I've
think
been
it
down
was.
a few times.
Yeah. Eddie, I don't remember
One
you
time.
going down. One down. And then I think,
Mhm.
I don't think Sven ever went
Sven's
down.
gone down.
I think Sven's never gone down. But
He's got one and done.
yeah.
Ecclesias
down
as
some-
No,
Somehow.
Ecclesias apparently hasn't gone down.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I feel
He
like-
just knocks
But
4 of
then
his
died,
teammates out
so-
with a boomerang. By the way, I love how we all still blame him, but he just rolled a 1 and I flavor texted as that, but it's Ecclesias' fault.
Left his hand.
because with the DM is not a character. The DM describes
true.
what happens, and that's
true.
what happened.
That's also why in a different campaign, when a 9-foot-tall Goliath rolled a natural 1 on stealing gold, I had him like carrying it, thinking he's quiet, but gold keeps falling out, and he's like picking one up with his toes and still trying to walk away. And they're like, he's like, I didn't do that, and I was like, I said it, so you did. Jag said, does one-handed or two-handed scores have anything to do with Alar's background? I thought it came from the training in the north. No, it honestly has nothing to do with his background. And there are some weapons in D&D where if you use them with one hand, for instance, they'll do a D8, but if you use them two-handed, they do a D10, so it just helps you. But you can't
said-
do them
It's
like
called a
that.
versatile weapon.
Yeah, but you can't do that when you're holding a shield. What? Did I miss something?
Right.
He said two-handed swords. So
Oh.
like
So it does.
Bli-
So
blisters.
Oh, gotcha.
in my background, originally I was using a greatsword, and I forget actually what happened to it. I think it
You
broke.
tried to use it to
Yeah.
prop something up, and it
Yeah.
bent
Yeah.
in half.
Yeah, and I only used it because I already had the Raven's Edge. I think.
Right. No,
So-
I think
No,
in
you
fact
went-
you did it. This was
You
before.
went like a couple. You went a couple
right.
episodes without a weapon.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
gave you their axes and javelins, which
That's
is why
right,
you
because-
have those.
I still have his. Well, no, the javelins I had originally, but the
Mm.
great axe is from Uridin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I think you got off of somebody that you recently just killed.
Yeah. It was like an orc or something like that.
In the temple to hold the doors up. People were holding it.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
it
I
takes
remember.
it takes 4 people to hold this up. My sword can do it. And then
Steel. It's steel.
I want you to find anything that is so heavy it takes 4 grown-ass men to hold it up, and you think that steel alone, not a bunch of steel, a steel bar
That's
is going to
not
hold
what
it.
happened in the session.
That is
the
what happened.
steel was as a support, so that way maybe one of us could walk away. Maybe we could. It was like a fail safe.
I stand by my thought process.
I understand it bending, but I remember being like, maybe this will help a little bit.
It was not a bad idea in the time, but realizing that, yes, that is very obvious that it would bend.
Yeah.
There was a Kickstarter, actually, to get him a new sword, and it never got funded. So
What?
Oh, we didn't tell you.
Clearly not.
welcome,
I
welcome,
prefer
Jess, by the way.
Indiegogo.
Hello.
Who the fuck uses Indiegogo?
I'm kidding.
Patreon.
So yeah, were there items that you guys wish that we would have gotten?
Gatling gun.
I'm just kidding, Whimsy. There was not actually a Kickstarter.
Mithril plate armor.
Yeah. Anything
No.
like reasonably
Realistic.
logical that
Yeah.
we would have gotten.
No, I think we
Adamant
got
plate armor.
what we deserved.
My favorite thing that you guys got, fucking by far, is the rust bag. Because I know how much... I gave that to my party in our home campaign, and it led to some of the funniest moments that I can think of in D&D history.
That went to Cade, right? Or-
Yes, Kate took
Cthulhu?
it. Yeah, Cthulhu has it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that item at all, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen.
It is
with it.
so fun, and I'm specifically making you guys track what comes out of it because I know that my party does. They know what animals, some of them are in the bag. They don't know which numbers. So
I do. Like it's kind of funny to watch like Cthulhu like go from that happy, like basically a kid in a candy store with that rust-colored bag, and he was all like
he
pumped about
wanted
it.
that. Oh yeah.
And then like a little bit later, we start talking about like religion and stuff, and all of his fucking emotions start pouring out.
It was before, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Or was it before?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You actually
even-
made me. Chat made me remind. All right, I really want to know. Do you? I'll tell you the answer. Eddie and Nick, do you think you got swindled on the price for the maps?
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
first of all, I try to get across that these kids are kind of smart. You know, they do this all day, every day. And then the fact that he was like, I have maps, and you guys went, really? Let me see. And it was he in his head, he's like, oh, these guys are paying way more. It wasn't even like, oh yeah, we're interested. It literally was like so much want that it was like you've been looking for these things for years.
Yeah, I was about to say when that happened, like me, just being myself, I knew that was going to happen if we did something like that. But also, Zio, this is the city where he came from. Like he would have known that maybe don't shove your face in something. Go, I want it, I want it, I want it.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
you tell
and
that to me now.
That's not a city. That's just anywhere ever.
Ever,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't just.
And
go-
I guess it's
I
more
will
of
say
him
you-
having money.
It's not like, I mean, it was only 10 gold. It's not like the guy asked for 100, right? So, like,
Right.
no harm, no foul. But my favorite part was that he immediately went and sold Cthulhu's pendant.
Mhm.
I love
That was
that.
great.
Yeah, the Sad
that
Boy
was
Pyramid's
dirty.
great.
I love all this emote usage.
Yeah, well,
That was great.
Jess, I have a question for a member in chat. Jess, do you feel a sense of pride when you see a wall of your emote? Hey, no Swahili in an English chat room, boys.
And that word.
I can ban you, bruh. Do it. I'm on it. You do it.
3 Swahili strikes, you're out.
Yeah. But no, I'm so excited to see where that rust bag takes you because it just fucking led to so many funny moments in the past. Now I am not Curls. Now, I am not in my head where I'm like, it's going to be the same or anything, but I am interested to see what fun comes out of it with a new party.
But before we gloss over it, I was wondering what Zio and Alar's thoughts on Erden kind of calling out the Raven Queen, and like, why are we trusting her type stuff.
Alar doesn't trust the Raven Queen.
So to bounce off of that, like, why wasn't he very vocal about it?
Well, I mean, when I say I don't trust the Raven Queen, it's not like he chose the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen chose him, and it's not like, and I'm not saying that in like that way that, you know, some people when they find a religion will be like, you know, oh God, like, no, like the Raven Queen chose Alar and said, you're gonna do this for me or I will smite you from this earth. And he's like, all right, well, I guess.
Was it?
That's not
clear
exactly
message?
what happened, but
Because I feel like
the
you
way
could
he
have been
interpreted it.
like, nah.
Or not, it's not exactly how he interpreted it, but it was kind of like, all right, it was more complicated than that, because he's like, all right, I know this is gonna be a powerful sword, I know we're gonna be fighting this Goliath, and I need a sword right now, because as you guys have reminded me, I didn't have a sword at the time. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna take this. I'm not very happy about these deities, but yeah. And so, I mean, he doesn't trust that the Raven Queen has people's best intentions in mind, but he also doesn't think that she will double cross me, for example.
But I guess like where Erden was coming from is like, and it was really hard to get it out in character, or at least me/Erden were a little frustrated with. It didn't seem like anyone was picking up what he was putting down, or no one was like, "You are on to something," or no one voiced an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And then like everyone was just like, "Oh, it's just a demigod. Just go with it. We'll be fine." It's like, no, we're like playing with fate here. There's like death there, death here. Why are we doing this? And like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's a weird concept.
Where Zio's coming at from all of it is, the Raven Queen comes down, gives Alar a sword, and says, "Go do what you wanted to do."
Yeah.
And then Erden asking Zio about gods and religions and stuff like that. He's like, I had no fucking clue, and I am not in the place to try and figure out the thought process of a deity of any sort. So that's above my pay grade. And she's telling us to do something that we already planned to do, so why question it? I get where you're coming from with, there could be some big consequences to things, but where Zio is, she's just telling us to do what we were going to do. And yeah, did Alar tell the party about the cutting the ties with her and the Goliath?
So I think I mentioned it. We haven't really had a chance to talk about it in depth, which is something that we need to do.
Yeah.
Alar doesn't really voice things though. I mean, so he's gonna need to like speak up about this. Not 5 minutes before we go and fight. Oh, by the way, I need the last one. And then Cthulhu's like, no, it's fucking mine.
By the way, I need the last hit.
Yeah, and then Cthulhu's like, oh shit. Well,
I'll say, because I think that's going to lead to a lot of tension in the party.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's something that Zio would be fine with, but I think you're going to have to fight with June and Cthulhu.
Yeah. That's the thing, too, is that Alar doesn't care. Like, he doesn't need to, like, in his head, he's like, as long as he dies, that's our mission, that's what I'm aiming to do. He's not even that hell-bent on revenge. But, like, yeah, he's like, shit, in order for me to, like, eventually get to retirement, I need to be the person to kill this guy. You know?
That leads me to another question. How are you going to do it in anger? Because that's not Alar.
I have a note up my sleeve.
Is it your
A
will?
note up your sleeve.
I don't know if I mean, if it's in rage while I'm raging, that's a whole other thing. But, yeah, I've thought of that reasoning in my head. Yeah, I'll
that
point it
leads me
out when
to-
if the time comes.
Yeah. That leads me to another question of was that whole thing just a kind of in character message from DM to Alar? Hey, rage more.
I can't really rage if I'm unconscious.
You can before that.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to before that.
Oh,
No,
well,
I think getting his ass kicked was the pertinent information to rage more.
yes, it was.
I just thought that it was funny that came really soon after that happened.
Yeah, and I'm like,
How did
this
you,
guy.
How did you when all that happened, like, hey, rage more, and like, damn, I missed the opportunity or something, like, as a player, were you like kicking yourself in the butt for it, or were you just like, was that a choice that you made?
Well, one, like, it was a bit of a choice because I was like, all right, well, maybe there'll be some dialogue. Maybe I can, because when we were talking with him when we were in Freyas, the town of Freyas,
Hey,
we
That's
somewhere.
yeah, somewhere.
We're in between.
Eventually, it's up and coming. Who said that? Someone said that in the council meeting. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
who was that?
I think
It was one of the.
I think it was
the members.
I think it was either Bryce or Emerson.
Yeah, whoever said that, I caught that
wasn't
and
Emerson.
I appreciated
No?
the hell out of that.
I thought it might have been Atticus.
It was one of them, and I had to poke
That
fun
was
at my
good.
own ass a little bit.
was
Yeah,
good.
It's up.
it was good. It was good.
I forgot about that. I wish we had that clip.
Yeah, yeah. But maybe we might be able to do it.
Maybe.
But anyways, so I was when we met him in Freyas, we were able to talk, and I think if I remember correctly, we talked on a much more like equal level, like we were resonating a little bit more than the others. Because Alar it isn't just the type that's gonna be like, hey, you fuck bag. So like, we were, like me and him, like we kind of like he seemed to be responding more to me. So I figured, all right, maybe he'll have a word, he'll have that, Bond villain disposition, and then we'll fight. But no, he was just like, oh, I want you. I'm like, dude, I was the one you liked.
You have a 30-second dialogue while the bomb is ticking.
Yeah, pretty much.
You lost me at fuck bag.
Hey, you fuckbag.
That's something I'm gonna say in traffic now.
Anyways, but yeah, so I wasn't really expecting. Also, Alar isn't, unless if he knows he's going out to attack someone, in his history anyways, he's not looking to fight. He's not the type of person that looks to fight. His upbringing was as a defensive warrior, not as an offensive warrior. So
I got something for Zio. As I'm writing it down before it leaves my brain. What is Zio's thoughts on his first diplomatic experience, and how do you think your parents are going to react?
So the thoughts on it were that he's definitely happy to have been able to sit back for a majority of it. He was obviously willing and able to step up when needed to, say certain things they felt need to be addressed.
That's so
He also
That's awesome. I love that. Emo.
he also was definitely glad to have the short bit of conversation beforehand to tell you guys the little intricacies of court behavior, and just kind of how to properly address these people and everything. But you know that becoming a diplomat was never that was never something that Zio had planned for himself.
Right.
So he was definitely glad to sit back a little bit more. But to the second part of your question, I think that my parents will be proud of us. Um, they, I think that they're going to have wished that I would have stood in the front a little bit more and did a little bit more of the talking. So I think that they'll be a little bit disappointed in myself, but be proud of us as the collective.
How do you think
If that makes sense.
Kane will think of you on the other hand? Because your parents are the more diplomatic, right? But then Kane is the more adventurer,
Tactile.
let's go stab people type person. Yeah.
I think that Kane will be really proud of Zio, especially since we kind of told him beforehand the weight of the situation and everything. I think that he's going to be proud of Zio for, getting out there in the world finally and dealing with something as large as this almost immediately. At the same time, though, I think Kane is very much off doing his own thing and doesn't I'm gonna say this, but it's gonna come off wrong. I feel like Kane doesn't care as much about Zio as he once thought that Kane did. Not that Kane doesn't give a shit about Zio at all. I just think that now that he's not being paid to, be by his side constantly, he's definitely a lot more of his own person than Zio kind of realized when he was younger.
I wouldn't say in my view, I feel like Kane cares about Zio, but he's not as you see, he's not being paid to watch over you anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that it's in Zio's head, it was this person has been by my side, pretty much doing everything with me for years and years. And now that he's not, being paid to do that, so Zio had kind of a different idea of the bond between them than Kane did, and it's apparent and obvious to Zio now.
So, Jess had a great question. What is everybody's hunch on what Kane is up to based on Nerd and eavesdropping that is? I know we've kind of touched on it, but I like the tail end. I know Zio doesn't think any because it's his mentor, but what about as a player?
Can I give my opinion first real quick? Because
Sure.
I think it's going to be the most interesting take because I read that too and I was really happy. So I wrote down that I think Kane may or may not be a secret member of the Assembly.
The Esoteric Assembly?
Yes. So that's just I don't know, the way he was talking and in honest opinion, that's Uriden's well, who else has masters? Oh, the Ecclesius does. So
I think you're a conspiracy theorist, and and I think Kane really wants to take Zio on adventures, and the group is, he's already asked Zio about that, and at least the way we talked about it last time, it seems like he wants to do that again. It could also be, this is something I just thought of in my head, that Kane wants to kidnap Zio and then put a ransom on him. That's a very smart idea that I just thought of. I would do that. But what I really think is going to happen is I think the story that was written for Ink and Well involving Kane is going to happen, where they're going to meet in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night with a bunch of the heads of the houses and go take care of business on something. Yep.
All right, Jay, as a player, what do you think?
As a player with some knowledge that I know, I think that Kane has gotten himself into maybe a higher echelon kind of group within the Fighters Guild of Uthran, and I think that he's in some sort of cult-esque kind of thing. So maybe that's where the master thing comes from. Still part of the Fighters Guild, but probably the kind of underground organization running it. And I think that he's got some sort of specific mission that he thinks that I can help with, or that he just kind of wants to initiate me into this. And yeah, I think that's it.
I'm also loving all the conspiracy theories, Jess. I do want to say I have to narrate what's happening in chat right now. So, Jeremy said the only way to settle who's the truest fan, Krulls or Jag. They both roll initiative. Jag with a 4, Krulls with a 13. Zebra Paisley, or Jeremy says, Krulls, you find yourself fighting in the ring with Jag. With a crowd full of cheering people, roll a d6. She rolled a 4. That would, and then kapow! Jag's now at 16 HP. Jag said, ouch. And then we go down to Jag recoiling from the punch from Krulls. Describe how you retaliate with a d6. Jag says pocket sand with a 4. Krulls, then it goes to, Krulls is also at 60 HP. Krulls, your turn. And then Serious Whimsy says, may I throw a mug from the stands? And Krulls says, I roll 4 to knock him to the ground with a 2. And Zebra's like, Whimsy, yeets a mug from the stands at whom? That rolls a d6. And then Whimsy got a 4. And then Jag says, I catch the mug from the stands and smash it over her head. And then Krulls said, fuck that! Oh man, that's fucking great.
Oh, there's another 2.
Oh,
Two,
yeah.
To figure out the rest of what happens, you should. Oh well, I guess if you're here, you're already watching Twitch. Never mind.
The third party in the Paul Syndicate. The
No,
third party in the Paul Syndicate? Huh?
I think that's what Jess is saying, that she thinks
Jeez.
Kane
Oh,
Is
you think
part of-
he's
in this third organization in the Paul
oh the
Syndicate.
third
Syndicate
unknown,
wrong.
the third unknown one?
Yeah, the unknown,
oh, that'd be interesting too. I like that.
aka the Esoteric Assembly.
I
think-
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't think he's a part of the Esoteric Assembly, but I think
don't think-
it is possible that either the Esoteric Assembly is the third branch, or Kane is a member of the third branch, and we just haven't happened upon that yet.
Yeah, I think that I don't think the Esoteric Assembly is this third branch of the Paul Syndicate. I think that Cinder was speaking some truths, and they are up to some shady shit, or at least one branch of them are. But I don't think that they're part of the Paul Syndicate.
I think it's a masquerade. They're calling themselves that, but it's actually the Bureau.
I love
Paul
all
Syndicate.
of these. I love that all of you are conflicting and have different theories. I love it. It's
You
great.
left it open
Actually-
enough for us to have all these crazy theories about it. I love it. It's great.
How cool is it to see us come up with our own versions of stuff, and whether it's these organized crimes groups, or even kingdoms and councils, and we come up with our own things in our head, and just seeing behind the screen like how far fucking off we are, or maybe we might even be close, but
I
I think it's fantastic that he asks us of our opinion, and then because he doesn't have it planned out yet, he can figure out the ideas.
Yeah.
like, oh, they're not expecting that. Got it. I love it. I think it's so much fun, and that's why, like, my favorite part of playing D&D 9 times out of 10 is the after, where we get to talk about the things that have happened and the things that
Like
may
what-
happen
right now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, after the session, it's hard for me to be like, oh, that guy was a hooker and you never even knew it. Like, I like talking about D&D in general in the world, and I love that, whether you guys think about it when you're not on, cast, or not, you know, the fact that you guys think about it and put some of your own brain power into something that I created is insane to me and weirdly humbling, and it's surreal. And now is the moment where I found out that died. When did you die? When did you die? Fuck you.
Building off of what Nick said, have any of our conspiracy theories help you, you know, add to some of the stuff that we haven't heard about, or has it changed any of the things?
I think a better way of doing this, just like a yes or no answer. Have any of us said like a conspiracy theory, and then you've been like, I'm gonna use that, and then you use that. What's
I'm sorry. Standing, I put my arms out of my side and say, "Are you not entertained? This is for you, eh? Hail Mary, jump with both legs, kicking her in the chest. Natural one." Pepe said, or fucking Bible thump. Not even kidding. I'm using real dice. That's fucking great.
I want to see the
fucking
picture.
love it.
Post it in screenshots on Discord, please.
Jess, you got new art. You gotta make art of Jag and Curls fighting now. That's what has to happen.
mm-hmm.
Jag, as you attempt
Yes.
a whole ass superhero move, please roll another d6. As you attempt a whole ass superhero move. I don't care about any of your opinions.
that's
I
what's,
just care about them winning this. This is great.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is what Exploring the Archives has turned into, where we narrate a combat
A
session.
A
chat.
combat
that we
session.
have.
Let's have a chat.
Narrate the chat.
Whimsy, you could do it
Wednesday
too.
Raw.
If you want to see Jag beat the shit out of Curls in your art. Oh wait, no, he got the natural one. Now it's Curls beating the shit out of Jag.
Wednesday was full
She's
Shia
just
LaBeouf.
drinking tea. I'm sorry. I'm derailing this horribly, but it is fucking great. Oh man, sorry.
Fine. I think you're just trying to pivot away from the real questions. and
Yeah,
that
that's
is,
exactly what he's doing.
I'll ask
have
real
you
questions.
Have you used any of our conspiracy theories for the thing? And yes or no,
Or to
you
help
don't have to
build
say
them.
which ones. Like, have you ever been like, you know what? Yeah, I am going to use that.
No, but there
Have
was
you ever
a
changed
conspiracy.
something?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, maybe, potentially. I'm getting into that. So there has been a theory. I liked the idea so much. I am still contemplating whether I want to use it or not.
Gotcha.
If that said, again, you guys need to come up with like a list of end of the campaign things to ask, where I could be like, oh yeah, that's what happened. This would be one of those moments of what it was that was inspired. But
I don't plan past next Friday.
well,
so-
well, you should. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quiet wrap of a campaign. But there is one that was so, I was like, that's good. That's really good. That's better than what I had planned, but I'm unsure if I'll use it entirely or not at all. What's going on, Beast?
Yeah,
At least-
you're welcome for that tidbit. So
As Jag attempts to become the hero of his own story, the flying kick sends him falling down 3 flights of stairs in this arena, breaking most of his bones as you're unconscious in the entry room.
Congratulations, Curls.
and then Jess
Hey,
being
Curls.
like, answer the question. We need to know.
Here you
Should've
go,
had a poll
Curls.
who's gonna win that
Congratulations.
fight.
It would have been good.
Deep in the
Yeah.
fay.
Well, by the way, Jag, not only did you lose the fight, but you also lost my respect for hitting a girl. So, girls is some.
Haven't.
Never mind.
Anthony, you and I did the same fucking thing. Nope.
Anyway,
Not
So,
contingent.
since we
What
will
did I
be
do?
wrapping
Someone will have to explain this to me
relatively
after.
soon, I do want to ask, because I want to put a lot of emphasis on what has been happening. What do you think now that you guys went to bed and you had this dream sequence and you all had the same dream of what was happening with the Goliath and this weird visage of Cade, and now you're out in public and the same thing happened when you guys weren't even remotely trying to sleep, knocks you unconscious, you have this same visage of Cade, not of Vovek this time, but just of Cade. and now you guys come back to consciousness in this carriage. What is going through your players' heads as well as the character's head? Clearly nothing for Erden.
Will we
Vampire.
fight in the third person? That'd be epic. Like, we dream,
You are fighting in
That
the third
will-
person. It's D&D, Nick.
but like, in the third person, we're first
person of
person our
third person.
characters, and then our characters in the third person, they're dreaming in the third person.
Inception was a horrible movie.
They're fighting.
But sorry, what were you gonna say though?
That's what I was gonna
Oh.
say.
But I mean, is Alar at all concerned that no matter where you are, even when you're not trying to sleep now, whatever this effect is having dominance over you?
He's concerned that the only interesting thing about his character is being taken over by the whole group. And no, I'm just kidding. No. That's not true either. I mean, yeah, it is concerning because, you know, maybe we're going to be in the middle of doing something and then we're going to have like a sudden, you know,
Blackout.
vision. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
it also means that someone's, I mean, there wasn't even a wisdom saving throw. So, that's concerning as well.
So, I got another conspiracy theory. Is Cade? So Cade is a champion of the Raven Queen. I don't know. Myself or Erden would not know the extent of his powers, so he's basing it off of
I
what?
don't think he's a champion of the Raven Queen.
Yeah, I think it was mentioned that he was. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
Nick
not saying
asked
anything.
and did the investigation check on if there are like special chosen.
Yeah.
And then they said kind of like Cade, and I said kind of like Cade.
Cade, not Vovek. Sorry, were you talking about Cade?
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about Cade.
Oh shit. Okay. I just had brain fart.
Okay, so to say that again.
Good night, Curls. Take
Night,
care.
Curls.
Can't wait to see you Friday. It'll be another big session. And because Jay seems to vex me, huge cliffhangers, always. So take care, though. Much love, and we'll see you on Friday. And congratulations on your victory.
I'll
Anyway,
beat him up in real life.
yeah, no, go beat him up in real life. Sorry, what were you saying, Eddie?
So my conspiracy theory is that I think maybe, and this is purely Eddie, not Erden.
Mm-hmm.
That Cade is going off on his own and trying to help us, because maybe the Raven Queen is being sketchy, or maybe the Raven Queen in herself is being influenced by something greater, and so he's like, that's not right. These guys can help though, because she saw something, blah blah blah, and so Cade is might be helping us, and he's giving us clues and hints. Erden doesn't think that though.
What is Erden feeling?
Erden is like, okay, get out of my fucking head. I will spork you in the eyes. I don't care who you are. Like,
Spork you in the eyes.
yeah, you can write that down if you want to.
Jay?
So yeah, it's obviously concerning to Zio, especially since this is the first time that something like this has happened to him. Not specifically the vision, because obviously that happened the night before, but just being like knocked out. That's something new. And it's also making Zio kind of think like, hey, we're kind of dawdling in the city. Maybe we need to get out there and go deal with this like now. And yeah, as a player, I kind of feel like the bad guy is kind of tugging on our boots and stuff like that, and we're just like, hey, let us enjoy our time right now. Like, would you just knock it off for a second? And you're just over here like, plot.
Plot.
Yeah.
The
So,
plot has plot armor. I think that's how that
excuse
is.
me. So yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it. It's but it is also in my own head, making me think that we need to make this a more time sensitive situation rather than continuing to dawdle.
Is it a Zeal thought or a J thought?
Both.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely a second vision like that is definitely wanted to. It lit a fire under Erden's ass. Also, so did the bow because he wants to use it.
This bow we will use.
Random question. Where are we going to find the Goliath? I'm not. I know Anthony is not going to tell us this, but for us, like, where are we going after Uthran, and where are we gonna find him in Uthran, or asking Eddie and Jay, or do you think where are we gonna leave, and then go and find him?
I believe Ecclesias or June had brought up the idea of the Lost City. I think that's way too fucking far away. But I hope to God it's not in the city of Uthran.
Well, maybe we can teleport.
Yeah, that is a possibility. But I think that we're gonna head out to start to look for him, and either the Raven Queen's going to be like pushing us two together, or
Here's 8,000 ravens. Take flight.
yeah, or Vovak's just gonna pop out and be like, all right, we're
Let's go.
doing this.
Once and for all.
I feel like Uthran can't wage war with Solaria if Vovek levels Uthran, right?
Yeah.
So
that's-
maybe he'll level Uthran. That'll solve both of our problems, actually. I mean,
He's holding your clan
Sweet.
hostage, Alar. We need to fight him in the north.
that would. Oh, you don't even know what can of worms that opens for me.
I'll tell you what. I was thinking about that. That was a threat I was tossing out
Yeah.
in my head. But I was like,
you-
there's
are you-
already. What was that?
Well, I was gonna say. Well, we've talked about my backstory before. So is that what you're talking about, or him?
No.
going to
I
Southern
was
France?
I was contemplating having higher stakes with him doing something with your clan, but I was like, no, that actually
Nah, let's use
changed.
Zio's parents,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna let them die because they're rich. They can. That's fine.
Does Alar frequent the north? Do we need to go to the north? That would make you angry, right? These are all
What would
jokes.
make me angry?
Calm down.
I'm.
Him
does
hold
he
it. Yeah.
I was confused because I'm like, does Alar frequent the north? Do you even pay? Who's asking this? Are they even paying attention?
It's your party members fucking with you.
Yeah, no, he's
So-
not paying attention.
This will be our last question, unless Chad has any. Do any of you have any other questions?
I had one, but it slipped.
I got one.
Okay.
What did back to Crying Cthulhu. Everyone's like opinion of all of that. Erden himself, I'll just get this out of the way, was I think he was very emotional and using his emotions in the wrong way. So that's why Erden like busted out the spork. It was trying to confuse or like distract him and stuff. But he was like so like I don't know, built up and pent on his version of it, but he wasn't seeing what Erden was saying. I don't know if anyone else caught any of that.
Well, I think honestly that is what was trying to be portrayed ever since it happened. You know, it's because, you know, with first of all with mourning in general, you know, some people cut tattoos off, other people blame themselves. But no, I think, and I want to give, you know, Kate as a, you know, long game RP, is that, you know, to be consistent with that of blaming yourself, because, you know, blaming yourself is very natural to traumatic events and, you know, mourning. So I think that was great, and I also think it was great that you all were like, dude, it's not your fault, it's everyone's fault. You know, I like how all of that went. I think it was really good, from an RP standpoint and from a storytelling standpoint. because it
Storytory.
storytelling standpoint. It's really hard to say. Storytelling standpoint.
This is an English only stream.
Well, you already had 3 strikes. You're out. I just think it was really good because it sets up, the finishing of a emotional arc, as well as, when you guys finally challenge and kill Vovek, if you kill Vovek. As obviously that is a physical arc, but that sets up, an emotional closure too for, Cthulhu to be like, it wasn't my fault, I let this go. My mourning period is gone. He's gone but not forgotten. So I liked it. That's my take on it. And Whimsy, I fucking love that emote.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same. I just kind of feel the same as Anthony, and there's not a whole much more that I can add to that. I feel like Zio was he's getting a bit frustrated with Cthulhu constantly blaming himself for it, because he feels like it's not Cthulhu's fault, but and that this is also something that Zio has not really ever dealt with as somebody in mourning, really. So he doesn't quite understand it as in depth as maybe the rest of the party, but I think that it's to have an emotional arc as well as a physical one. It's really good, and for Cthulhu to stick to his character traits, it's a strong RP.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of touch on how there was like so many moments of Cthulhu's growth, little signs of him getting over it and stuff, but then when like deep down he's still hanging on to it, and like Erden, where the way Erden was brought up, it was like, yeah, you made a mistake, now own it and fix it. And that's like Cade's trying to do that, but Cthulhu has like way more emotion attached, and like
Not as analytical.
exactly. And Erden is like, yeah, you see him as a brother too, but I spent just a handful, like a day or two with him, and there was never really any in-depth talk, but it was just like a basic connection with Sven. Then he died, and like even like when I played the tattoo, it was the quote was from Sven, and it was like, well, he doesn't see me as like what I used to be. He's mad at us, so why should I keep that? I still have the light symbol, but I just flayed the words off. But
Makes me really uncomfortable when you say fillet and you're speaking of a slice of your arm.
it was just like right here, just the words. Like
He was
like
mad.
this fish. You just take this fish and you little salmon cut.
So, as a final question, just for the 3 of you, since we didn't, see the after effects, what do you see happening at the start of next session? Where do you, after what happened, what do you see your plans? Where do you, is this like, maybe we need to sit down and figure some shit out? Because clearly this is happening at a time where you're like, no big deal, let's, go hang out. What do you guys see as the next steps?
I mean, one, I think we're going to go to the Fighters Guild, which I'll be honest, I'm not crazy interested in from Alar's perspective. It'd be interesting to see what it is and where Kane comes from and all that, but to Alar, it's like, all right, more fighters, whatever. I'm used to this my entire life. But what I really, really, really need to do is be like, all right, seriously, guys, like, I need to kill him because I don't feel like being bonded to the Goliath for all of eternity. Like, I don't, it's not.
It doesn't sound fun.
This doesn't match up with my retirement plans. I have a retirement plan where I go back to the north. I get a cottage up north.
Yeah.
I chill with my wife.
I have a 401k
relax.
and he's taking half of it if I don't get this.
Yeah, exactly. Right now he's taking half of it, and that half's for my wife.
My wife that I cheated on?
Hey,
You love her so much.
Hey,
I think
she's
She's,
already got half of the
she's
401k.
getting half my
Probably have his
shit.
truck,
I can
too.
sleep with who I want, is Alar's point.
He's
Yeah.
getting half my shit 'cause she's gonna divorce me. No, we're not even married yet. No, I think I've explained. I think the thought process that could have
Yeah.
been going through Alar's head when that happened. But yeah,
For my point of view on what I think is going to be happening, I think, well, for one, to clear up, I think some confusion that Nick might be having on the Fighters Guild. We're going to the Fighters Guild to speak with Kane so we can get information that June needs for her hometown and stuff.
shit, that's right.
Yeah, that's what we were doing there. It's not necessarily out of an interest for the Fighters Guild.
Yeah,
But,
that is interesting.
I don't think that we're going to be able to pull June off of that little trail. But I do think that maybe we should get that information and then start immediately heading out to try and seek out the Goliath and to fight and finish this asshole.
I am interested to see what happens with her village.
Yeah.
That's but
Well, Erden, just the way his brain works is he's very tactile, so he wants to go to Zio's parents, kick open the door, create a war room, gather all the information we have, get and allies we can muster, and get this, like, he's going full on war general with this shit. And he wants to get as much help as we can with who we know, even if we have to con people. Like, he just wants help because he's uncertain of what the jockey is capable of. Watching him dust somebody.
That made me remember what my question was earlier, and it was how much of a role do you guys think the jockey is going to play in our fight with the Goliath?
I think he's going to be the end all be all.
In this
Like, we're
fight or
gonna-
in the campaign?
In this fight, I think it's going to be like Goliath dead. Jockey's like, you did it. You made me mad. Now I'm going to flex real hard. And
Oh,
then it's
jeez. You made me mad.
I think
If that's
The
not
jo-
his voice.
we know so
Oh,
little about
jeez.
the jockey. Oh jeez.
He finally
He actually-
says something to you, and he says a huge head with hair only on the back of his head. Oh,
He's
jeez.
two gnomes. He's actually two gnomes in that jacket the entire time. That's why he's so powerful.
He's two Mortys, all right?
It's two Mortys.
Which Mortys?
The right Mortys.
Oh, shit.
Well, we have not explored. We don't know like anything about the jockey, and what we really don't know is whether or not the jockey actually helps the Goliath. I know I'm not that funny.
No, just if you make the jockey sound like Morty, I swear. Oh, jeez.
What were you saying, Nick?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
We don't know if because the jockey would have been assigned to the Goliath, if I remember correctly, by the Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the jockey is affiliated with the Bureau, and he might want, because the Goliath left the Bureau, so the jockey might want the Goliath dead. The jockey might be sick and tired of the Goliath's mess and might be waiting for so he might let us kill the Goliath. Up and until this point, he hasn't. He's taken the Goliath away, but he also like it's like is the jockey even allowed by his rules of combat to fight us? Because he also hasn't fought us at all.
Well, you're also thinking that he has rules. He doesn't have rules.
The jockey has more rules than the
He
Goliath.
could.
No, he
The
doesn't.
jockey definitely has rules.
He is
Oh,
a
he does.
cocky son of a bitch, and he's toying with us.
No,
That's
he's
what
not
it's-
cocky. He knows exactly how. As you said, we were sweeping Cinder off the floor. You do not sweep people off the floor.
Ye old Swiffer that dude. But
You don't do
you're
that.
right. But like,
What are you
at the
doing?
same time,
Sweeping up my homie.
yeah, Cinder just got dusted.
My thoughts on the jockey haven't changed. I think that he's still just a. I think that he broke away from the bureau as well, and
Yeah.
he's interested in the Goliath path, and he's just going to let the Goliath do what he wants. He'll keep him safe when he needs to, but I think I think that he's just there to enjoy the mayhem that this guy creates, and also to see what he's doing with like the Raven Queen's powers and stuff. So
I think they're both connected to the Raven Queen in some portion. They the jockey is powerful. We know that. Well, as players, we know that. Our characters saw him do something we've never seen before. But I think the Goliath is he's like a pawn. You know how you wield the shield, Alar? He's the jockey shield. He's a meat shield. He's gonna take the hits. We're gonna waste our spells, and then we're gonna fight that guy, and he's gonna be like, guess what? Dust, 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 and we're gonna be a bunch of dust bunnies.
The fact that the jockey hasn't fought us, like, I think originally it was because Anthony knew we wouldn't win if the jockey fought us, and I think now Anthony has needed to think up of a reason of why the jockey hasn't fought us. So I think there is a reason, and there's so many reasons in my head of the relationship between the jockey and the Goliath, and there's so many like things I was like, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, and so I'm like, I know I don't know right now, and I know we're gonna find out. Not this week, but next week.
You're using your DM brain too much and need to stop that because you're a player in this one.
It's always.
No, just stop. Be a player.
I got a new conspiracy theory. We're gonna kill the Goliath, and then we're gonna be the new interest of the jockey, and he's gonna follow us around and
Ooh, that'd be cool.
see what we do. Yeah.
That was.
Oh, that would be something cool.
I love
Not
the
ever gonna
idea.
get involved in
want
our
that.
fights. Just he's just gonna hang out in the back. And be
If
like,
anyone tries to
"That's cool."
assassinate you, he'll Swiffer
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Just
Does he
I think
say-
Nick would like chess. Does he play with how much he does thinking? Does he play with how much he
no.
does thinking?
well, you don't think much when you're
Sounds like a
typing.
lot of
but
Does
I-
he?
no,
Hold
I
on,
hate
hold on. My brain
There's
hurt. Does he
there's a comma
play
that's
with how
missing.
much he does thinking?
No, the words are mixed up too.
There's oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can't even rearrange that. What?
No, you can. It says
No, I hate chess.
I think Nick likes chess. Does he play? Question mark. With
No,
how much
says,
he does
I
thinking.
think Nick
I think it's
would like
incorrect.
chess. Does he play?
It was on
amount with
purpose.
how much
He said it was on purpose. I do
Yeah.
want to say that Jeremy
Okay,
had the
good.
ha and all that with the I did it kapow goal. I'm glad you won, but I wish you would have lost because you already had it typed and were ready to hit it. I wish that Jag would have won just so you could be like, ha! I did a kapow goal! Fuck! But,
That would've been great.
interesting. I'm
Yeah.
really happy to hear all of your guys' conspiracy theories that I totally didn't rip off. But
Awesome.
on that note, we will be wrapping this week's episode of Exploring the Archive. Real fans let other fans win. That is true, Jag. And you're a humble fan. You're a humble only fan.
Be humble.
Don't show me your feet.
But on that note, thank you, Jag, again for the resub. In case they watch the Bob Bam Scout, the Quest for Gold, and Meandering Folly, thank you for the follows. If anyone in chat currently knows who they are, tell them that we thank them, and it's awesome that they followed us a couple days ago. But
you know what? We love them.
we love them. We love them as much as we love everyone. You're welcome, Whimsy. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. And I really hope somebody puts art of Jag and Curls fighting. That's all I want in my life. Oh, they're your friends? Well, then thank you very much and tell them that we said thank you. And we
Yes.
hope to see them in so we can thank them in person. We don't want an OnlyFan. We want OnlyFans. Got it. But thank you for everybody that stuck by. This is a very fun stream, especially with the fight between Curls and Jag. I wish that we could clip that fight because that's amazing. But we will see you again Friday. And do not forget that next week, starting on Friday, we will be having in-person streams with the whole cast together, including Cade and Jay. They will be in Michigan, and we will be doing in-person streams. And a week from today, the Exploring the Archive will be an extra long one, probably about double the amount of time, because everybody will be here, and we'll all be probably not able to talk about much of anything because we're all in person, and we got to get the giggles out before the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
We're going to do Jay's face reveal.
yeah, we're gonna do Jay's
Yeah.
face reveal. That's true. We
So
gotta
weeks
plan
from
something.
today.
Do not make it
Yeah.
a big deal. That's fucking
No,
weird.
I want to.
No, it's a big
I want
deal.
everybody in all of the discords that Jay is a part of to be like, "Oh my god, we can see his face. Let's
No.
go." I want it.
Listen,
I want it.
This-
My
that's-
body is ready. I need it.
I feel like that's mean to Jay.
No, it's
Jay-
amazing. No, he signed up for this. Fuck Jay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
Wait, did we get a document so he can't like non-disclosure?
The document is that I have to drive him around for a week, so he has to.
Okay, fair enough. It was verbal. All right,
Exactly, verbal. But all right, everybody, we'll be taking off. We will see you again Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch. I hope you all have a beautiful couple days, and we will see you on Friday for Chapter 34 of the Arcane Archives.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you on Friday. Much love. Bye-bye.